What is up? We are wrestling maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host, the best one, Donnie, here with the official co-host for We Are Wrestling.
What's going on, everybody? The great Danny Huckins in the motherfucking building, man. We're going to be talking about some wrestling. Before we start, make sure you guys follow all our social medias down in the description below. Hey, man, we're talking about Revolution. This is our official predictions for the Revolution pay-per-view that's happening this Sunday. I'm fucking stoked about it, man.
Yes, I feel like this AEW Revolution pay-per-view is going to be one of the best pay-per-views AEW has put together, and I think it's going to kick WrestleMania's ass.
I do too.
I'm talking like from the 0 freaking yard line all the way to the other side. It's going to be a pick six.
Oh, absolutely.
But of course, if you're not a We Are Wrestling maniac yet, help support the channel by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know, the grind is real. And if you guys did not actually check out the regular We Are Wrestling talk show, it was uploaded earlier here on the We Are Wrestling page. You can go check that out. We talk about Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor, and of course, Danny's favorite promotion in wrestling, WWE, with Vince McMahon being on the Pat McAfee show yesterday.
I'm fucking thrilled. Look at my eyes. Look at my face. I am thrilled.
Oh, you love WWE. Don't lie to the We Are Wrestling maniacs. It is your favorite show of the week. Monday nights, like, you get so excited for it.
I get wet like a 15-year-old schoolgirl when Britney Spears used to be huge.
Alright, so now let's obviously talk about the best promotion here, AEW, because let's talk about the build-up before we get into the pre-show and the matches. How do you feel about the way that they built this pay-per-view?
This is exactly how you should build a pay-per-view. They get you excited, like, for instance, just everything going on between CM Punk and MJF, it all stems from MJF being a kid, meeting CM Punk, somebody that he idolized, whatever. Like, this is how you build a show. This is how you bring excitement to pro wrestling. And AEW is officially the greatest pro wrestling company on the planet, in my opinion.
I agree with you. And the thing I really like about AEW pay-per-views is that there's only 4 a year, so it's definitely worth buying. And I really love how they build these pay-per-view matches. The storytelling, it reminds me of Ruthless Aggression. It reminds me of the Attitude Era. It reminds me of the 80s and the 90s. And that's the thing that's so nostalgia and amazing to me as a friggin' pro wrestling fan, a We Are Wrestling maniac, is that with AEW, with these pay-per-views, they have a legitimate build-up for these matches. They make you want to pay the money that you're paying for. WWE, on the other hand, before the network, obviously, you would have pay-per-views twice a month or once a month. And sometimes, like, it would, because they would have to rush some of these storylines and stuff, they would not be a good build-up, and like sometimes you would question, do I want to spend $50 on this pay-per-view? But at least with AEW, you know you're going to get your money's worth, because just let alone the MJF and CM Punk feud from start to finish. I think the best rivalry in AEW history. Easily.
It's the best rivalry in pro wrestling history. What do you mean?
Over the last friggin' decade, easily. Nothing comes close to the MJF and CM Punk. This is probably CM Punk's greatest rivalry ever. A lot of people say it's John Cena and him. I think it's MJF and CM Punk.
And for anybody that's new to AEW or is very hesitant to get into them, I will say, if you're a fan of like early Ruthless Aggression era or Attitude Era, whatever word, you had Austin, The Rock, you had adult oriented entertainment. AEW Dynamite is definitely the closest we're ever gonna get to the Attitude Era again. I definitely say it's worth watch. And for me, I didn't start watching AEW religiously until like around September when I started doing the live stream watch-alongs. Before that, I would watch it periodically or whatever, but it wasn't like on a consistent basis. But I can hands down tell you, and I will tell this to anybody that asks, AEW is the number one company and definitely should be taken serious.
Yeah, that's right. And we're definitely not only like talking to the WWE marks out there, but we're talking to our buddy Ben. Ben, you need
Yeah,
to start watching AEW, buddy. Then I think
yeah.
after Revolution, it's the perfect time for you to start actually watching every Wednesday.
I told
Because
Ben.
you are wasting 3 hours of your life watching Raw, you are wasting 2 hours of your life watching SmackDown, and you are friggin' wasting $10 a month on the WWE network on Peacock.
I told Ben this the other day. I was like, "Have you ever seen an AEW pay per view?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Well, you're in for a treat because
He's missing out.
the amount of aggression that they put into Dynamite, they go even harder during their pay per views."
Yeah, and since we're on here, and if Ben, you are listening to this, and you'll probably get the message from me, I am inviting you over to watch friggin' AEW Revolution because I want no excuses. You need to watch this from start to finish, and you need to friggin' watch an AEW pay per view because I think after this pay per view, you are going to be watching friggin' AEW on Wednesdays, and I'm pretty sure you're probably going to skip Friday Night SmackDown and watch Rampage for an hour.
Yeah, I might try and invite you guys onto the live stream, man.
Oh, that would be
Maybe for
awesome.
anybody that is interested, go to my Danny H Vlogs channel. I will be doing a live watch along Sunday for Revolution, so you guys can watch the show with me. It's gonna be great, man. I'm looking
Yes.
forward to it.
And the thing is, too, like, there will be reactions of Revolution. I'm probably going to post it after the pay per view. I don't want to edit those in between. I definitely want to really enjoy the pay per view from start to finish, just so my We Are Wrestling maniacs, the loyal ones, know out there what to expect. But
Every single match on the card,
definitely check out his watch along
you're
because
you're gonna have
I
to
watch them in between.
you're gonna have to do a reaction to every single match on this card because there's not one match that's skippable, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree. So now let's get into the predictions because I know everybody is waiting for this. And these
Let's
are
get
some
it.
of, and these are actually some of my favorite We Are Wrestling videos on the channel. I love doing these prediction videos talking about the entire match card and really going over the rivalries, analyzing everything and making these bold predictions because anything can happen on friggin' live pay-per-view.
This is, I think, only my second prediction video I ever did. Me and Ben did a Royal Rumble prediction, I think, on the podcast on the 260 Pure Age podcast. So this is only my second prediction video I've ever made. So
Yeah, and I believe I did a Royal Rumble prediction with my old co-host Cam, who is actually now not a part of the We Are Wrestling channel. He is now full-time on Best One Network with Team Best One. But yeah, I've been doing predictions for almost a whole year now. I only did them really for the special pay-per-views, but now I'm trying to do them for all of them because this is, that's what the We Are Wrestling Maniacs need and they want. So now let's
absolutely, man.
so
We
now
have
let's get into
we have
our.
11 matches. We need to get through this, man.
Oh, yeah, we do. So we're going to start off with the first pre-show match, Hook versus QT Marshall.
My prediction is Hook. Hook, he's a good talent. He's been doing a lot on Rampage, which I think is good. It gives him the exposure that he needs, but it doesn't put him in a live TV setting just yet. I don't know if he's quite ready for that. As far as I know, his dad is Taz. So obviously, his roots are pretty deep in pro wrestling, and especially the kind of style that he does wrestle in. So I got to go with Hook for this one.
Oh, this match, my prediction is got to be Hook easily. Hook's winning this match. He is going to squash QT Marshall, but I think it's going to be a good 10-minute match. I think that this is a great way to keep pushing. Oh, hold on. Friggin' the noise.
I can't even hear it. Your microphone doesn't even pick it up.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, okay, so now ready, set, action. So now my prediction going into Hook versus QT Marshall, I am going to have to go with Hook, and I think that the way that they have freaking debuted Hook as a competitor now has been amazing since the beginning. I love that all of his matches are pretty much on Rampage. I think having his nice little vignettes for Dynamite leading into his matches for Rampage, I think is a great way. I think it gives you a reason to watch Rampage on Fridays after Friday Night SmackDown. And I feel like he's been having some quick matches since he's arrived, and I think that this is a good, worthy first real opponent with QT Marshall, because I believe he used to be like one of the head trainers for the Nightmare Factory where Hook
Yep.
trained. And I think that QT Marshall is definitely going to be the veteran that he is, and he's going to put Hook over, and they're going to put on, I think, a really good 10-minute match.
I
And this will
definitely
this
agree.
this will be Hook's first like quality length match in his
Yeah,
career.
because he's done nothing but bury people pretty much. Like he would go in,
Hey,
it'd be
they
like a
built the
good 3 minute
character.
match. He would just suplex
Yep.
them, pick up the victory.
Hey, and
He
they
hasn't
have
lost
built
yet,
him
has
good.
he?
Nope, he has not lost yet, and I really love how they built this character, Hook. They like you definitely can tell Hook is Taz's son, and it's just amazing to see how good he is.
Especially the way he suplexes. I mean,
It's
that's
beautiful.
Taz.
Oh yeah. And like I've been really enjoying a lot of the stuff that Hook did. Like I remember I think it was like a couple weeks ago on Rampage, like he like attacked like a bunch of QT Marshall's
Yep.
students, and then the funny thing was like he like walked over the guy like friggin' Allen Iverson did to tie. I thought that was like one of the funniest things I seen. He just like suplexed the hell out of all of them, and then he just walked over the guy and then just went like into the tunnel. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, so I think I think everybody knows Hook's got this in the bag.
Absolutely.
So now moving on into our second pre-show match of the night, Chris Statliner versus legit Layla Hearse.
I think it's gonna be Layla Hirsch. I don't know much about their feud, but I did see the segment on Dynamite this week, and apparently, Chris Statlander was talking about how Layla Hirsch's parents didn't want her, they abandoned her or whatever, and that's just certain things you don't talk about. So I do feel like Layla Hirsch is gonna come out with a vengeance, and she's definitely gonna get one over on Chris Statlander.
This is a great way to establish their women's division. I am actually very surprised that they're going to have these two actually wrestle on the pre-show for Revolution, because usually like they try to have a lot of their up and coming stars just wrestle on Dynamite and Rampage, and I think that this is just like the Hook and QT Marshall thing. This is a great way to push these two phenomenal talent, because I think legit Layla Hearse, ever since her heel turn, she's actually been very underratedly good. And
Yep.
Chris Statliner, she's always been a great worker. I've seen her work from Blitzkrieg Pro, one of our proud sponsors here on the We Are Wrestling channel. She did lots of amazing work there with Skylar and also even Bobby Orlando as well. I've been a big fan of her ever since she has been in the independent circuit. She actually came from the same Creative Pro class as Max Caster, MJF, and Bear Bronson
Oh wow, I didn't
for the
know
Bear
that.
Country. Yeah, she actually was one of the first graduates at Brian Myers' school. And that's like why I really have been such a huge fan of her. And when she made her debut in AEW, I was so happy. I marked out.
Yep.
This is going to be a great competitive match, and this is a great way to showcase both of the women. And I think that Chris Statliner is going to beat Layla Hearse.
Oh, I think Layla Hirsch is gonna. I think she's got this, man. So we're gonna have to definitely disagree. First match
Oh
of the night,
yeah.
and we're actually disagreeing on it. So hey,
Hey, that's best for business.
definitely is. Match number 3, we have Jade Cargill taking on Tay Conti for the AEW TBS Championship. Um,
Let's go. Let's
I gotta
go.
go with Jade Cargill for this one. I mean, Tay Conti. Jade is definitely overpowers her. So I mean,
Ooh, are you
gotta
sure about that? Tai Conti, she's got that Brazilian jiu-jitsu that she does.
Yeah, but
The black belt.
something tells me Jade's gonna retain the title. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that my answer is like a definite fact or whatever. Unlike WWE, AEW is a very unpredictable show, so you never know which direction they're gonna go. But I have to go with Jade Cargill.
I'm very happy about AEW actually like really showcasing their women on this pay-per-view. Like they
Mm-hmm.
have a pre-show match with Chris Statliner and Layla Hearse. They are going to be having both the AEW Women's Champion, the Women's World Championship, and the TBS Championship on the
Mm-hmm.
pay-per-view. This is a great way to showcase their women's division because they have come such a long way. And I think Jade Cargill, she has been a pretty good champion so far, and I've actually really liked the way that they have built her character. Obviously, she still has a lot of work to do when it
She's
comes to
still
being
green,
in
but
the
I
ring.
think she's still green, but I mean she's
She's getting better.
I believe she hasn't she has a 0-1 loss record too. Like she hasn't lost a match yet, as far as I know. So it's like another Hook situation.
And here's the thing, I might be biased about this. I think the reason why I really like Jade Cargill a lot is because her manager is Smart Mark Sterling, and that's another guy that came from Blitzkrieg Pro. Which I really love that Smart Mark is a part of AEW because he's
Yeah.
very talented. I think that this match is going to be a really good competitive match. I think Ty Conti is going to bring out the best in Jade, and I think that this could be one of the underrated matches on the card. And I'm going to have to go with Jade Cargill. She's going to retain the championship, but I don't know. I have a feeling that if Sammy Guevara retains the championship on Rampage, that maybe they'll give Ty Conti the championship because then I could see the two because they're a new couple. They're probably going to post the pictures with the titles together, try to get some likes on Instagram.
This is why I like AEW though. It's so unpredictable. Like you don't like
Yes,
WWE. You
yes,
can
it
kind of
is.
predict on which direction they're gonna go. AEW, you can't. I have to go with Jade Cargill just because her win loss record, and you
Yeah,
know she's won every title defense so far. So
definitely. And I like really could see Ty Conti winning this championship in the future because she's definitely going to win this championship at some point in her career. But I
oh
think
definitely,
right now, I feel like she's not the right person to end Jade Cargill's streak. I
yeah.
think that there's other wrestlers out there that could, and I think the right
I
person.
think if
Who do you think should take the championship off Jade Cargill?
either Chris Statlander or Layla Hirsch,
You know who I think? I think
well,
either Chris Statliner or
Mercedes Martinez.
Mercedes Martinez, yes. That I feel like that would be a really she would make a
Layla
really
Hirsch
good
kind of
choice.
reminds me of like and I hate even doing this comparison or whatever. But she kind of reminds me of Shayna Baszler in a way. She's got the MMA style, whatever, just a
Yeah.
better version of her. You know, I'm talking about the Shayna Baszler from NXT, not from the main roster.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that comparison. I don't think that's a bad take at all. So we both have Jade Cargill retaining the championship.
Yes,
All right. So now with match 4, we have a 6-man tag team match. We have Andrade, Isaiah Cassidy, and Matt Hardy versus Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting.
Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God. You know, I got to go with Darby Allin, Sammy, and Sting. Because Matt's been having a lot of issues with Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Quinn have been, you know, letting him down a lot, you know, over the last couple of weeks on television. Plus, I think this is a way to be able to, in the storyline, separate Matt Hardy from the
The
Hardy
Hardy
family
house.
office because Jeff Hardy's going to be coming in, and you know, it could be a couple weeks, it could be 2 months, who knows? But they're definitely going to have the Hardys team up together in AEW, and this is a way for Matt Hardy to sort of split away from this whole storyline. So
Oh,
I have to go with
yes.
Sammy, Darby, and Sting.
This match is definitely for storytelling and for storyline purposes. And it also, like, you have to have Darby, Sammy, and Sting on the match card. And Andrade, of course, because he's getting paid good
And you
money.
want to know what I feel like they're going to do? I feel like Andrade, Isaiah, and Matt are going to lose. And Matt Hardy's gonna go crazy on Isaiah or Andrade. They're both gonna beat up Matt Hardy. Andrade is gonna be the new leader of the office,
I agree with
and
that.
that splits Matt away from them. That's what
Okay,
I think is gonna happen.
here's what I think is going to happen. Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting are going to beat this house
Yeah,
or the Hardy family office.
yeah.
And I think what's going to happen is Andrade is going to turn on Matt Hardy like towards the end of the match, and then after they win the match, I think Andrade and the entire family office is going to come out and they're going to attack Matt Hardy. And then Hardy's going to be like off TV until Jeff comes back and save him, and then it's going to lead into like probably a private
Yeah,
party match.
because the Hardys are gonna be going on like on the Hardys reunion tour or whatever, big time wrestling, Northeast wrestling. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be taking he's gonna be this is a way to get Matt Hardy off of television and then have him return when Jeff Hardy officially debuts. So
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen, man.
which definitely like the family office is going to take Matt Hardy out, and I think that'll be a good thing because then Matt Hardy can kind of, transition a little bit, like going like from being like, head of the family office to being back to the Hardy Boys, which
And
I think we all want.
I do want to let people know I'm not an idiot. By the way, I'm not an idiot. Um,
Are
Matt
you sure about
Hardy's
that?
Matt certain instances, man, on Instagram and on social media, or whatever. Matt Hardy references, his group or his wife, and as House Hardy. That's why I keep saying House Hardy. So
Yeah, I have
Hardy
that
family
happening as
office. I
well.
think I think it was House Hardy on Impact too,
I've
or
not been a
whatever. So
fan of I've not been a fan of the Hardy family office thing. Just for me it's been very bland. One of the bad things with AEW, but adding Andrade to the mix has actually made it pretty interesting. And
I
I
thought they
think
were gonna
that
do more when Andrade joined, but they did. They haven't really done anything.
yeah, but I think they're going somewhere finally with him,
Yeah, they're
which
gonna
is going
kick
to be
Matt
good.
Hardy the fuck out, and Andrade is gonna take over. And who knows
Yeah,
what they're
you
gonna
know
be
who I
called
you know who
now?
I see joining it? You want to know who I see joining the Andrade friggin' family office?
Charlotte Flair,
No, not Charlotte Flair.
Ric Flair, one of
Nope,
the Flairs,
Miro.
possibly. I can see that.
He's gonna be like the big guy for the
Where
group.
is Miro? Is he out with an injury, or he's just like I want to take some time off? Who knows?
I think he's recovering from like his injury, I believe.
All right,
So yeah, we definitely all know Darby, Sammy, and Sting are gonna win this match.
absolutely. And I love what Darby Allin and like the whole team with them. I like what they're doing with them. Now, match number 5, we have Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon and the Young Bucks.
This is going to be, I think, besides the freaking ladder match and the CM Punk MJF and the Adam Cole, and there's so many good matches. This is going to be one of those potential match of the nights.
Part of me feels like
Red Dragon's
Red
winning this
Dragon.
match. That's who I got.
I don't know, man. Like I'm so confused because Red Dragon and the Young Bucks they've been having some issues on TV, but on Dynamite this week they helped the Young Bucks win the Battle Royal to get qualified for this match. They could be playing head games.
They're playing chess.
I
The Young
definitely
Bucks are
don't.
playing
I
checkers.
definitely don't think Jurassic Express is going to retain the titles. But do you think Christian is going to play a factor into this match?
No, I think that he will probably be the one to beat Ethan Page.
Well, yeah, but I think he's definitely going to be in the corner of Jurassic Express, especially since they have to face Red Dragon and the Young Bucks, who are technically supposed to be on the same side, even though they've been having some different opinions
I
on
don't see.
television.
I don't really see Christian being involved in this match. I think what's going to happen. Red Dragon, they're playing freaking chess. Young Bucks are playing checkers. Young Bucks are going to come up short. Red Dragon's going to, sneak up a win, which I think would be best for. I think that would be the best thing for Red Dragon. I feel like them being the tag champs, I think, would be like really good for the tag team division.
Yeah, I don't see. I don't
I
see.
don't want Young Bucks to win. I really don't want them to win.
I think they were the first tag team champions, weren't they?
Nope, the first tag team champions was SCU. It was Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, which I miss
Oh,
SCU. Not
yeah,
gonna lie.
but nobody really remembers them. So I'm not even gonna uh, talk about that. Um,
Jurassic Express, I think,
I do
will not
think Red
retain.
Dragon is gonna win. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, obviously they qualified for a reason. They're the new guys. They're also really close with Adam Cole. I think that'd be really cool if Red Dragon wins the tag titles, and then
Cole
later
wins the
on in
world
the night,
title.
Adam Cole wins the AEW title. but we'll get to that once we talk about that match because I do have some opinions surrounding that match. Um, I definitely don't see Jurassic Express retaining the title though.
Oh, not with this stacked match. And I think Jurassic Express, they had a pretty good title reign. I was so happy to see them actually win the tag team championships. I think it's time for Red Dragon to win the championship.
Especially when Luchasaurus choke slammed who was it?
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix through the table and everybody thought he broke his arm or whatever. Nasty, man.
Yeah. All right. So now, match number 6.
A
We
match
have
that we've been waiting for, man. One of the
Jon
matches anyway.
Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Dream match.
Hell yeah, man. This is definitely a difficult match.
Oh,
I
this can go both ways.
I like them both. I want them both to win if that was a viable option.
Maybe a draw. We get another draw.
I don't think they would do
Bryan
that though.
Danielson already got 2 draws on his records.
Yeah, I don't think this would be a draw.
No,
What I
not.
do think this should be is how the last several weeks on television, Jon Moxley has been talking about blood this, blood that, blood this, blood that. This match should definitely be more than just a singles match. It should be a first blood match.
Ooh,
Moxley does not team with people unless he bleeds with them first. I mean, he said that in the very first promo leading into this match. It should be
yeah,
a first blood match, man. It shouldn't be just a normal wrestling match.
yeah. You know who I think is going to win this match?
You give me your prediction, and then I'll tell you mine. Maybe we have a different one. Maybe we have the same. Who knows?
I got Jon Moxley winning.
You got Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley is going to get the win over Bryan Danielson, and then Bryan Danielson is going to it's going to fuel him and it's going to piss him off even more.
I think Bryan Danielson will win though because he'll win the match. He'll shake Moxley's hand, and then he'll want an answer as to whether they're gonna team up together or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Bryan Danielson, he ain't shaking nobody's hand. If he can't shake Christopher Daniels' hand, I don't think he's shaking Moxley's hand. And I feel like
But he wants to team up. He wants to join forces with Jon Moxley and start a faction. I think that'd be the perfect instance.
I don't really want to see them have a faction. I don't know. Like it would be like a decent tag team, but like I don't know, their tag team division is already stacked, and I feel like these two like they really don't need to be a tag team, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
but they don't need to. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt. And seeing Moxley and Bryan Danielson, could you imagine them as fucking tag team champions, dude? What
That would be
name another tag team that'd be able to fucking take them two out?
um knowing
I
AEW,
mean, there would be
titles
because
for
the tag team division is stacked in AEW, but it'd be very very fucking difficult. It would not
especially if
be
you
an
get
easy match.
especially if you get the Hardy Boys on AEW, like
Dude,
and
come
the rest
on.
of
The Hardys
their
versus
stack.
Jon Moxley and Danielson. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Take
Yes,
my fucking money.
that would be a great match, but I'm just saying the tag team division is already too stacked. They don't need to pair up Moxley and Danielson. This is going to be a great competitive match, and
I can't wait to see it.
I feel like Moxley is going to beat Danielson because the way that they have built this so far is that Moxley is like trying to redeem himself and he just came back as well. So I feel like they're not going to have him lose to Danielson.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be an exciting match, though. I have no idea, man.
This will go both ways.
I like Moxley. I like Danielson, man. Danielson's been on somewhat of a mean streak lately, so I mean he could possibly
I
beat.
love heel Bryan Danielson.
He could definitely. He's definitely in the position to get a victory over Moxley. Will it happen? This is like the only match that I really honestly can't predict because I like these two so much, and I like what Moxley does. He's very believable in what he says. He wants to bleed with Danielson. I think that's what's going to happen. Danielson is on a mean streak. It can go either way during this match, honestly.
I think so too. All right, so now match number 7. We have another singles match. It will be Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston.
Chris Jericho is going to be going on tour soon with Fozzy. I think Eddie Kingston is. I think he's going to put Eddie Kingston over. It's going to solidify Eddie Kingston as a singles competitor. Maybe he does if Moxley and Danielson do start a faction, maybe they recruit Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston and Moxley were tag team for quite a while. I do think Jericho is, he's at the point of his career to where he doesn't mind putting over younger talent. So I think he's gonna put over Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's gonna win this match.
Hey, the one thing I do want to say though about Chris Jericho, his transformation. Have you seen like the weight loss that he's had?
Yeah.
Jericho looks really good. I just want to put that out there. I think the storyline for this feud with Eddie Kingston and Jericho has been very good. I think that this match is going to not really reach people's expectations. I
What do you
feel
mean by
like
that?
I feel like this match, like I think we talked about it on the We Are Wrestling Talk show probably a few weeks back. I feel like this match, it should have been like a parking lot brawl, or like it should have
Yeah.
had some type of gimmick match between the two, because I really don't think Jericho and Kingston are going to be able to put on a freaking classic regular match.
Yeah,
Eddie
but
Kingston, Eddie Kingston's great. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I am not taking away anything that Eddie Kingston does. So freaking good, especially when it comes to his character and the promos. But I feel like in a legitimate singles match, like Moxley and Danielson, they're going to, absolutely
You
steal the
know who
show.
Eddie Kingston kind of reminds me of?
Who?
Like a new age version of the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yes.
He's
I
got
feel like,
That New York tough attitude. He just wants to go in there, smash somebody's skull open. I do honestly think Eddie Kingston's gonna pull out the victory on this. I do. I said this a couple weeks ago on the We Are Wrestling Talk show that I was the one that was being like, maybe they could do like some kind of like a parking lot brawl or whatever. And then I started looking at the card. We have ladder matches. We have dog collar matches. I do understand why they didn't do another gimmick match, because they don't want to oversaturate it.
here's,
They want these matches to be special.
yeah, but here's why I feel like this match isn't going to reach like the fans' expectations. I think it's going to be because they're probably going to put this like probably maybe after this ladder match, or like after Moxley, or after dog collar match. They're going to put this as like a filler, and I think that's why it's not going to reach people's expectations.
It's
Go,
definitely the lower totem pole when it comes to matches on this card. Still going to be really enjoyable. I do like Chris. I like Eddie. Like I said, man, I went with my opinion. I think Eddie Kingston. I think
going,
Jericho's going to put
going
over Eddie Kingston.
going into this match, I think Eddie Kingston wins, and here's why. Jericho's about to win. Santana and Ortiz, they turn on Jericho, and they join forces with Eddie Kingston.
That could
That's
be
what
a
I
possibility.
Because Eddie Kingston, one thing I will say about him is he reminds me a lot of Tommy Dreamer, like with the
Yeah,
passion when it comes, like he's the heart and soul of AEW. But I feel like
the
it,
the Tommy Dreamer from like the original ECW, not when he was in WWE, because he was sort of like
yeah,
a
well,
gimmick of himself a little bit.
obviously, but I think Eddie Kingston's going to win with the help of Santana and Ortiz.
But if you saw on AEW TV this week when Jericho was shooting his promo, eh, Santana and Ortiz came up and fist bumped him, like being
Yep,
like, and then as they were walking off, Jericho was like, if you need me, I got your back." So I
yep.
mean, I was that a
They're
way
they're
to
playing they're
deter
playing
people
games with
from?
Jericho.
Was that yeah? I was about to say, was that a way for them to deter, like, so people don't expect them to
More
help
heat.
Jericho during this match? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that this is going to get them more heat, and that's why they did that, because it's definitely going to be a heel turn for Santana and Ortiz.
I will say, out of all the matches on this card, this is very predictable because, like I said like I said at the start of us talking about the match, Jericho's already his tour has already been announced with Fozzy. He's got a bunch of musical dates or whatever. So we are going to be seeing Jericho less and less in AEW for a while he does do touring and stuff like that. So this is one of the most predictable matches on the card, I think. But I mean, they could easily have Jericho win too. So it's predictable, but it's not as
Yeah.
predictable as it could be.
Yeah, but Eddie Kingston really hasn't had a pay-per-view win, I don't think. So I think they're definitely going to have Kingston win, and he's going to probably turn heel. Because Eddie Kingston on that mic, he can work as a face, and he could definitely work as a heel.
He's not as good as MJF, but he's damn close.
Oh no, absolutely. All right, you want to announce match number 8?
All right, we're on match number 8, man. We got Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Wardlow versus either Christian Cage or Ethan Page. We are currently recording this before we see Rampage, so we're not quite sure who's going to be the last participant. I have to go with Christian Cage on this one, though. To
It's
be in the
probably
match, not to win. To be
yeah,
in the
no,
match, not to win.
it's probably definitely going to be Christian Cage that's in this match, I feel like.
I think it's good. I think it's going to be. I want to say it's going to be Keith Lee for the simple fact that Orange Cassidy, he's been doing a lot of stuff on Dark and Dark Elevation. Wardlow is sort of seems like he's going to be feuding with MJF. MJF smacked the hell out of him on Dynamite or whatever. So I feel like if Wardlow loses this match, it'll add more fuel to the fire regarding the whole storyline between him and MJF. The only viable option I see is Keith Lee. I mean,
Here's what I think is going to happen in this ladder match. They are going to absolutely steal the show with this ladder match. I really love how they do this every single Revolution pay per view, how they do the face of the Revolution
mm-hmm.
ladder match. I think in this case, there is a lot of worthy wrestlers on this match. I really like how Ricky Starks is in there because he hasn't really had like a legitimate like pay-per-view match besides the cinematic one with Brian Cage
Him and
versus Sting.
Powerhouse Hobbs are part of Team Taz. I do think they're going to team up with each other. If Keith Lee doesn't win, I think Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, they're going to team up. They're going to take out everybody else, and then it's just going to be them two. And they're going to obviously have to, face each other or whatever.
And
But I
I
think,
also really like as well. I really do like Powerhouse Hobbs in this because I believe this will be his first actual pay-per-view match as well. So I think
yeah,
that's a good way to showcase him. You got Keith Lee, who is like the hottest free agent that came now to
I really like
AEW.
how they're using him too. They're not oversaturating, you know what I mean? Just because they have Keith Lee, they're not
Yeah,
like putting him on TV every week or whatever. They're doing it very sparse, and I think that's a smart move.
yeah, they're definitely being slow with it, which is good. Orange Cassidy, obviously, like one of the
He's
best gimmicks in
yeah,
wrestling,
he's
and having him in this match, there's going to be some really cool
I
spots.
mean, if Orange Cassidy, the best friends could also get involved and help Orange Cassidy. So I mean, I just there's so many different options.
I don't see best friends getting involved in this probably.
Th-
I think Orange Cassidy, there's definitely going to be some really cool like ladder spots with him because obviously the character is great, and any time you put Orange Cassidy in just any type of match, like he definitely brings out the best and
Yep.
makes it very entertaining. I really think in this match, in my opinion, Keith Lee is not going to win. I think it's going to be Wardlow. And here's why. I have Wardlow winning this match because we had that thing with him and MJF, which, they created tension there. And I feel like MJF is going to try to get this number one contenders thing from Wardlow. And I feel like Wardlow's not going to give it to MJF. So this is the first time MJF doesn't get what he wants. And then it's probably going to be Wardlow versus the TNT champion. And then somehow, some way, MJF is going to screw Wardlow, and that is going to begin the feud.
Yeah, but you have to remember, the other night on AEW Dynamite, MJF told Wardlow that if he wins the TNT title, MJF would allow him to keep it. I think Wardlow is not going to win because that'll make MJF really mad. Like, somebody his size could not win an opportunity like this. Why would MJF continue to want to, build him up and, have him on his team if he can't complete a simple task? I think it's
But
going
here,
to open the door
but
to
here,
have them feud more.
but here's why I feel like they're doing this is because they like obviously MJF said, "Oh, he'll be okay with him winning." He's not going to be okay with that happening. Wardlow, I feel like, is the next face of the AEW Revolution. And that's why I feel like I definitely see him winning this match. I feel like Keith Lee just came So like he shouldn't win yet because obviously if Keith Lee goes for the championship, he's going to win it right away. And I feel like they definitely need to have Keith Lee, get some more wins under his belt. I feel like Wardlow is the best option because I really think MJF can get jealous after because if he does lose to CM Punk, MJF's going to want that freaking TNT championship contract from Wardlow. And
Yep.
Wardlow is going to probably bring up how MJF said he'd be okay with it. And then what's going to happen? Wardlow's about to win the championship. MJF screws him because of his selfishness.
I could definitely see it. Like I
So
said, man, the good.
I got Wardlow winning this.
I have to go with Keith Lee, man. So I like Wardlow. I just don't like as far as the story goes with him and MJF. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's the thing that makes it hard because like when did you start watching AEW?
Mid September.
Yeah, so that's probably why because they've been building this like for a while with the tension. Like this has been going like back even like with like MJF's like campaign, the whole like MJF like should be champion and stuff. Like they've been building like the tension for this for quite a while and I feel like at some point like this year it's going to happen. And like I think like I see a lot of potential in Wardlow. I think this is going to be very similar to like when Batista turned on Triple H. Kind
I
of like
I
very
could
similar.
I could definitely see it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, man, that's why I love AEW because it's not predictable. You don't know what could happen.
Unpredictable.
You know
Oh,
what I
you're
mean?
right. Like last year's Face of the Revolution ladder match, Scorpio Sky won that match, and I think nobody was expecting that.
Yeah, and he hasn't really him and Ethan Page are supposed to be like partners or whatever, and nobody really knows what's going on with them. All right, so we
Yeah,
both I think it's gonna be Keith
and
Lee.
it
You think it's
is
gonna be Wardlow?
disappointing.
Should we just move on to match number
So
9?
disappointing. Like it actually really pisses me off that friggin' like what they have done with the two because like Ethan Page is so good and Scorpio Sky is so good, but they haven't done
What
anything.
happened?
What I would really like to see is AEW sign Josh Alexander and bring back the tag team that he had with
Isn't
Ethan Page.
isn't
Been
Dan
boring.
Lambert their like manager or like the guy that speaks for Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky?
Yes. Which I don't like the pairing of Dan Lambert with them.
I don't either. I don't care either way. They're like two of the most useless guys on the entire roster. They don't do
They're
nothing,
good.
man.
They're good though.
They're
That's
they're
the thing.
good, but
That's why it's
they're not getting the opportunity, man. So until they start getting a push, I start seeing them on TV, you know, outside of being in the rafters, just cutting promos, they're
yeah.
just useless to me.
Yeah, no, and that's like why I'm saying like they should definitely try to get Ethan Page's old partner there, Josh Alexander, a part of AEW because he's really freaking good. And when
He
he
was
had
on Impact, right?
Yep, Ethan Page was with him because
Yeah.
they were such a good tag team. The
You know what
North,
happened to Josh Alexander, right?
what happened with him?
He left Impact and his work visa came up. He's not allowed to enter the US unless he gets signed to another pro wrestling company. He's doing construction now. He's not in
Yeah,
technically in pro wrestling right now.
and that's like sad because like for a while like he was doing construction while wrestling for Impact Wrestling and all these independent bookings. And then he was able to actually make an affordable living wrestling, so then he decided to stop working construction to live his dream, but now it's like he has to go back to it. That's why I really hope AEW brings him in because him and Ethan Page, like especially that would make a lot more sense having them two with Dan Lambert because friggin' Josh Alexander, he's like one of those like wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like
Like I
like he
said, I
has
don't know.
the singlet, the headgear, and like the North was such a good freaking tag team.
Like I
I don't
said,
know.
I
Scorpio
don't know.
Sky should be doing stuff with.
I don't know much about Josh Alexander because, like I said, I'm not familiar with the Impact product anymore. So
Mhm.
hopefully he comes in. Maybe now that AEW acquired Ring of Honor, maybe we can see him in the future. Maybe with
Yeah,
Ethan Page or without. I don't know. Match
definitely
number
so.
9 though. We're on match number 9, man. Are you
Yes,
ready for
we
this?
are. Match number 9. Let's
Dr.
do it.
Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa with the AEW Women's Title on the line, man.
This is
This can go either way.
this is going to be, I think, the best women's match that is going to be in AEW history. That has the potential because Thunder Rosa, she's a really good worker. Britt Baker has been such a great friggin' women's world champion, made this championship so prestigious, putting on great matches after great matches on these pay-per-views. And I think it's time. Thunder Rosa is going to be the new AEW women's world champion,
I definitely see it.
especially if Jade Cargill retains the title.
I watched I watched Warrior Wrestling 19 about 2 weeks ago. Right, and the main event was Ember Moon. Can't remember what her name is now, but Ember Moon from WWE and Thunder Rosa. It was for the Warrior Wrestling Women's title. The champion is currently Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
The match went 30 minutes and ended in a fucking draw.
Wow.
A fucking killer, dude. I'm telling you, man, if you have an opportunity, go back, watch that match. Your jaw will hit the fucking floor, dude.
I actually got
Outstanding.
I actually got the opportunity to meet Thunder Rosa over at a Northeast Wrestling show. I believe it was WrestleFest, and she's really nice, very nice. And I actually get to meet Britt Baker next Saturday at or no, next Sunday at Showcase of Legends,
That's
which is going to be
awesome, man.
pretty cool. But I feel like this is going to be one of the best women matches that AEW is going to put on, and I feel like Thunder Rosa is going to get that moment,
Yeah,
and
I
that
think
is
it's
going
gonna
and
be Thunder
that's going to
Rosa.
take Thunder Rosa to the next level in her
Mm-hmm.
career.
The way they've been building her over the last several months on television, I can
She
definitely see it
deserves it.
happening.
She deserves it. And I feel like Britt Baker, the reason why they're going to probably take the title off of her is because she's done everything with this title. And
Yep.
I feel like now they have to focus on like something new for Britt Baker.
At a certain
To
point,
take to
man,
take her to take her to that legendary status.
at a certain point, man, you hit that ceiling and you just can't go up anymore, man. If you do everything with the title, what else is there to do? I feel like you got to drop it, reinvent yourself, and then possibly get another shot down the road. I definitely think it's going to be Thunder Rosa that ones up Britt Baker in this match, though.
I think it's time. So now getting into I would have this as the main event of the show, in my opinion. The dog collar match. CM Punk versus MJF.
Oh my god, man! Like we could literally talk about this match for a full hour, talking about the build to it, the promos that CM Punk and MJF have
Let's
cut on each other.
fucking go.
Like, oh my god, dude! Like I don't even know. I'll let you start. I don't even know where to start, man. I'll let you start.
Wow. The storyline for this whole feud with MJF and CM Punk has been beyond greatness. And to see where this feud started to now, I think both of these guys have gotten even better than they were. I think MJF now is proving to everybody why people need to pay attention to him and why I think he is the GOAT of professional wrestling right now.
Yeah,
I think like not just because he's the best heel in the business. I'm saying he is the best professional wrestler right now, in my opinion. That's my take. I feel like he can work any style match. Has one of the best characters in wrestling. And this CM Punk feud has brought MJF to legendary status. And this man, he needs to be a freaking world champion. Like, hands down.
I feel like CM Punk is gonna win this match though because
Unfortunately.
MJF beat Punk in Chicago. I mean, this is it. The feud might continue, but this is a way for CM Punk to be like, "Fuck you."
This is going to be I think, the end of this feud. I think eventually this feud can get lit up again if one of them is the world champion. I think for now, though, after this dog collar match, they're definitely going to be moving on to different things. And I think that the dog collar match is the perfect way to end this feud because
You know what I would do?
because it all started off like these guys were cutting promos at each other and didn't even put a hand on one another, and then they put on a great match in Chicago, which I know a lot of us thought that this shouldn't have happened, but wow, we were all wrong because the last few weeks after this Chicago match has brought so much intensity to MJF and CM Punk that I feel like we have never seen before.
You know what I would do
Take
regarding
my
this
money,
match?
AEW. Take my money.
Empty my fucking bank account. You know what I would do with this match?
What would
Just
you do?
because I don't think it would be do either one of them any good to lose. I would have this match go about 25 minutes and have them at the end have them both get knocked out. So much blood loss, so much like battered, bruised,
Oh,
everything,
like
and
pass
have it end in a draw, have it pass out that way. There's no victor. I mean, people might be upset, but I don't see any other viable way. Especially if
Yeah,
the feud is not going to continue.
man, I would love to see MJF win this match because I know if MJF beats Punk in this match, he is going to be a number one contender for the world championship. But it's not going to happen, unfortunately. CM Punk is going to win this match because it is a gimmicked match. I think if it was a regular match, MJF probably is going to win. But because it's a dog collar match, CM Punk is going to bring out something that we've never seen before, and they have built it to this point.
You think
Especially,
MJF wears the custom made shirt that he wore on Dynamite?
he's going to have it's going to be amazing to see what he does because he's going to come out with some special robe or something,
I
and
think he's gonna.
it's probably going to be like best in the world. He's going to have on
I
his
think
gear.
he's gonna wear the shirt that he wore on Dynamite this week with still having CM Punk's bloodstains on it.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Also, probably his robe he comes out with, it'll probably say best in the world or something because he likes to do that at the big pay per views, which I think is really freaking cool that he
Now,
does.
is this considered AEW's Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or I? Because I know Double or Nothing. That's like their WrestleMania event.
Nope, WrestleMania event for them is all out. Double
Oh,
or
it
Nothing
is.
is probably I would say Royal Rumble.
So, what would you consider this? Like their SummerSlam in a way?
Revolution has got I don't know because it is they have four big pay per views and they are all legitimate
Yep.
pay per views because they have Full Gear, of course, which I would consider that probably Survivor Series. I think.
Either way, man, it's going to be a good show. I
Oh yeah,
cannot wait, man.
me
This
too.
entire the dog collar match alone, man, is better than anything that WWE is producing for WrestleMania.
I agree. And I think this match, realistically, CM Punk will be the one to win because I think that this will take CM Punk to the next level. And I really hope that, Brian Danielson gets in the way of CM Punk going for the world championship because I feel like we all know if Punk goes for the world championship, he's probably going to end up taking the championship from either Hangman or Adam Cole. Realistically, probably Adam Cole. So I really hope that there's some type of curveball in there, like Miro or Brian Danielson that can I don't know, take CM Punk away from the world title picture because I feel like
Yeah.
it's still too soon.
I mean,
But
it could go either way, man. I'm looking forward to it,
yeah,
though.
yeah, and I feel like MJF's next feud is going to be Wardlow, so I definitely see Punk winning this.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the main event for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Hangman Adam Page defends the championship against Adam Cole, baby.
I pick Adam Page. I wouldn't put the title on Adam Cole this soon. I would have Adam Page win this match, have him continue the feud, and then possibly have Adam Cole take the title at Double or Nothing.
Here's what I think is going to happen, and this is going to be probably the hottest take. I haven't watched any prediction videos prior to this, so I don't know if anybody has made this prediction. And if I do and I hit the grand slam, somebody said this in my comment section below because I actually in my reaction to MJF and CM Punk, I actually said wouldn't it be funny if MJF kicked CM Punk in the nuts? He kicked him in the fucking nuts and someone commented, they said, damn, I should help him win the lottery. So this one is going to be one of the hottest takes, and I think that this really could happen. Adam Cole, because Hangman has been a dominant champion, so somehow, some way, Adam Page is going to get screwed. in this match, and Adam Cole is going to be the new AEW World Champion. But here's how they're going to end the show with a cliffhanger. Kenny Omega makes his return. And they have a stare down, and that leads to freaking Dynamite. And then I feel like what's going to happen, because last time in Ring of Honor and New Japan, Kenny Omega was the leader of Bullet Club, and he actually turned on Adam Cole, where the Young Bucks super kicked him, and I believe that's when they introduced Marty Scurlls to the Bullet Club. I think what's going to happen is the roles are going to be reversed. I feel like Adam Cole is going to be the one to get the upper hand on Kenny Omega and the Elite, which will
What
lead
about
into
what about this? What about this? Instead of Kenny Omega, because he's been doing some Impact stuff, and I know he wanted to take a break
well,
from
he's
the
been
ring
out
or
of action
whatever.
after Full Gear.
What if instead of Kenny Omega, it's Johnny Gargano?
Nah, because in a recent report, Johnny Wrestling said that he's only doing a few he's doing like appearances for some stuff, like for meet and greets and stuff, but like right now I think he still wants to be with his daughter until I think he's trying to give it like a good like 3 months probably before he decides to commit.
Yeah, but if he even so, he wouldn't announce it if he was going to show up or not. I mean, that would spoil it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
not going to rule that out a possibility. Was it Full Gear? We got Danielson and Adam Cole in the same fucking night.
yeah, or no, that was All Out.
That was
That
all
was
out. I mean, we got Danielson and Adam Cole. I wouldn't rule it out, man. Anything is a possibility.
never say never. I definitely am not taking that away. I just don't know. I feel like Kenny Omega has definitely had a lot of time to recover from injury since November, and they've already been building the tension with the Elite and Red Dragon and Adam Cole. And I feel like it's just a matter of time before Kenny Omega comes back. And what better way for him to come back with Hangman being the world champion? Or no, not Hangman. I meant Adam Cole being the world champion, because that's a championship that he lost.
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out either. I'm not going to rule anything out at this point. Anything can happen. I definitely would not put the title on Adam Cole this soon, though. I would wait until Double or Nothing. You know what I mean?
We'll see what the hell they do. Because all I know is after Revolution, I believe they're going to be starting the Owen Hart tournament, which I think there's going to be some really phenomenal matches for that.
Because how would it be on Wednesday on Dynamite this week? The ending segment was Red Dragon and Adam Cole duct taping Hangman Page to the top rope and then beating him up. I mean, I would have Adam Page getting some kind of revenge at Revolution. I would have him beat Adam Cole. It continues over their feud, and then put the title on Adam Cole at Double or Nothing.
Hey, here's another quick take as well. What I think could happen as well. I think Hangman could potentially win this match because Red Dragon tries to interfere to try to, help their buddy Adam Cole, and then the Young Bucks help Hangman. I could see that happening because they've been like they've been kind of showing like them
Yeah,
like
but Adam Page beat up the Young
they're
Bucks.
best friends.
Or no,
Hangman and the
Adam
Young
Page was
Bucks
beating up Red Dragon, and the Young Bucks pretty much let it happen. Yeah. I mean that's it could be a possibility, man. Like I said, with AEW, I'm not gonna rule anything out. Anything is a possibility. Anything is on the table at this point. I'm fucking looking forward to it. Sunday, Revolution AEW.
That's
You
right.
You guys are not gonna want to miss it. He'll be doing reactions. I'll be doing a live watch along over on my Danny H Vlogs channel. So make sure you guys stop by. It's gonna be a great night, man. Great night of wrestling.
Wrestling, that's right. I like how you said wrestling. I tried getting you to say that in the Blitzkrieg vlog, but now we finally got you to say some wrestling. But
Wrestling.
If you guys enjoyed this pay-per-view prediction, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, help support the channel by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. We are constantly growing and growing and growing, so you might as well join this revolution. See what I did there?
I
Links
see it.
in Links down in the description below. You can go follow We Are Wrestling over on Instagram and Twitter. You can also go follow my co-host Danny over on his social medias and also his reaction YouTube channel and his watch along vlog channel as well, where he does wrestling content over there.
Just search up my name, man. You'll be able to find me. Links in the description. I mean, this weekend, this is my WrestleMania at this point.
Yes, this feels like WrestleMania. Seriously, they bought friggin' Ring of Honor. Now they have a sick pay-per-view coming up. Also, if you want to go follow me on my personal social medias, the links will be down in the description below. If you want to go check out my basketball channel, DBTV, you can go check that out. If you also want to go check out Best One Network, where I make content with my friends, with Team Best One, you can go check that out as well. All the links are down in the description below. Best place to support us outside of the YouTube platform. But of course, all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, I hope you enjoy AEW Revolution, because I already know Danny and we are about to enjoy this pay-per-view. And of course, you already know we are taking over. Peace.